What's going on?
It says a meeting of the board of directors.
No, I wanted to apologize for how I left on Friday.
Virtual reality.
Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
And I'm Evan Real.
And it was a chilly beach day, I think, at Garcelle's. Thankfully, only weather-wise, because it wasn't too tense-ish.
First and foremost, did you consider us good friends?
Yes,
Do you want to salvage our friendship?
I do. Do you?
Very much.
Okay.
There were some warm and fuzzies happening, sort of, between Kyle and Dorit after some very heated, tense episodes. It was nice to see the girls sort of getting along.
Nothing will bring people closer than, like, a long car ride and then some alcohol on the beach. Well, non-alcoholic beer, but just squeezing her lemons in. And they simmer down. Before we get into the Dorit and Kyle of this episode, we have to talk about Kyle assembling the troops.
Please do not apologize to me.
I want to say also, though, what I said and how I feel, I stand by. However, how I went about it and how I acted, I feel very badly about. So I wanted to apologize for that.
Yes, she assembled the troops. It was Sutton, Erica, and Garcelle. And Sutton was a little confused. She said, "Why are we here?"
Well, first she said, I'm getting a full pizza to myself. What are we doing here? Which kind of is an evergreen feeling for dinner.
Yeah, Sutton clocked in for dinner.
Yeah.
Once she realized what she thought Kyle was doing, which was apologize, she really held Kyle's feet to the fire and asked for a line-by-line.
A detailed apology.
Just recap for me. What did you say?
Honestly, I said a lot of things, and that's not, I said a lot of things.
So what are you apologizing for that you said?
Okay,
What did you say? The thing where I'm like, Sutton, I don't think you remember all the things Kyle said. I don't.
Well, actually, maybe Sutton was just looking for a refresher then.
Just a refreshment. Yeah.
Because it seemed like Kyle was also having difficulty remembering everything she said, and Kyle was growing more and more frustrated, and I think feeling regretful about apologizing in the first place.
I'm upset. I apologize for saying off.
Shame on you.
She was like, "Why am I apologizing to the?" She probably wanted to say more.
I am sure she did. And also it was funny because it started with just Garcelle being like, your texts to PK were weird.
Yeah.
So then Kyle's like, okay. Which it is the thing where, they showed the unedited, like, I don't remember her saying like, oh, we send memes about marriage. I was like, no.
Yeah, that's the thing. That adds a different kind of context to the situation. I thought she was just talking about kitty cat memes, this, that, and the other. But if it's memes about marriage,
Well, it's like if you're doing like Whole30 and you're talking to someone about Whole30, you're sending Whole30 memes to one another. If you're separated and someone else is getting separated, what is the FYPPing?
right? And I would have to think that some of the laugh emojis were sent at Dorit's expense. So do you know what? And just jumping ahead to the Dorit and Kyle conversation on the beach, I really wish Dorit would have said, because she said in a confessional, and I know confessionals are filmed after the fact, so maybe it wasn't on the tip of her tongue, but I really wish she would have said, Kyle, I know that you and PK talked shit about me, because PK would come home and tell me about the shit that you spoke about me.
Yeah.
Were you also looking for that moment? Because I was like, oh my God, please
Well, and
say
especially
it. Because this was the episode where everyone was just calling Kyle out. That would have been the cherry on top.
Because Garcelle was almost giving Kyle like an out to be like, we all kind of, like, because I think in Kyle's head, she's like, you guys think I'm having an affair with PK? And I'm like, I don't think anyone thinks that. I think, right?
No, I'm glad that you said that, because I have never once for a second thought that. But I've been watching this season with my husband, and Brian's like, he thought that was the implication. I'm like, I never got that. But like, I think that maybe because we're so in it and we've mixed and mingled with these women, we definitely could never see that happening. But I think maybe for the audience at large, there is a portion who is like, oh, like, are they sexting?
Well, that's what's confusing. I'm like,
I never thought that.
I never want to think about that. Yeah. No, I'm like, it just doesn't.
I know for Dorit and Mo, which I know that's obviously not true, that's more appealing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to Dorit
Well,
for
also-
saying that, but it's honestly it's kind of hard.
But that is the LOL of like Kyle's like, wait, so people are telling me to be a lesbian and I'm also now cheating on my like, what is going on here?
I know.
But that's why I'm glad also Garcelle brought up that to like, I don't know if it calmed Kyle down, but be like, no one is thinking that. We are just assuming you're talking shit about Dorit to him, which is okay if you just say you did it. Right. And then I'm sure also it's that stuff. It's being so tucked up. I'm sure she wasn't saying like gut-wrenchingly bad things about Dorit. I don't know. But I'm sure more so PK venting about something Dorit's doing and Kyle's like, oh yeah, I can imagine that's really annoying type of stuff.
And I feel like Dorit would even respect Kyle just owning the fact that she talked some shit because clearly they haven't been in a good space. Yeah. So if Kyle was like, look, I was texting PK, we were sort of making fun of you, sending back and forth marriage memes. Mm-hmm. I'm owning it now, and I realize I wasn't being a girl's girl, and now I want to course correct and be a girl's girl and cut off the communication with PK and start treating you with more respect and not talking shit about you to your estranged husband. I feel like Dorit would have been like, oh my God, okay,
respect,
cheers, carcass out.
Carcass is fully out. I also didn't know, was this the first time we found out that PK's like counselor sponsor is the one who said we're getting divorced?
It was him, his sponsor, and myself in our backyard. And his sponsor was doing the talking. His sponsor's the one who suggested that we take some time apart and separate.
I think this is the first time we're hearing that. I mean, I've never heard that before.
I've never heard that before. And that's the fact that Dorit's entertaining getting back with this man after that.
Yeah.
Because that's why actually, to me, that's not a man. That's a child. So
just listen to your sponsor like that?
Or no, to have the sponsor say the word.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the thing. If it's like, if the sponsor and PK had conversations and was like, this is what I think best, let me go talk to my wife of 10 years.
Yeah.
Versus they have a 3-way sit down in the backyard and PK, according to Dorit, from how she relayed it, just sat there quietly while the sponsor says, I think this is the best thing for you guys. You're not in the marriage. I don't think they were poly.
Yeah, I don't love that for Dorit. And I think that if I were Dorit in that moment, I would be like, well, hell yeah.
I'd have carcasses outside.
Exactly.
I'd have some bodies.
Right. Like
not
that's
just the lemons.
It's just that how hurtful to hear it that way. I know that a lot of the fans and I think some of the housewives and people in the Bravoverse were coming for Dorit early on this season for so boldly declaring that PK was an alcoholic or had an issue with alcohol. I mean, if he has a sponsor relaying his separation news, then
that would connect.
So yeah, some dots have been
and also
connected.
Then also because PK opened up the one time he was with Mo, talked about sobriety and things like that. So
right,
I'm like, I'm sure
I think it was just confusing for viewers because you heard it so much coming from Dorit's
I'm sure
mouth.
it was really confusing for Bose.
Oh,
because the first thing, hi, I'm getting divorced with my husband who's alcoholic. But I get it. I'm like, if someone just went up to me and said that, I'd be like, Bose, I'm like, I want to hear more of what this lady's
Well, now
talking
that Bose is in it and downloaded about any and all situations happening within this circle of friends, she's not confused. She's fully dialed in, and she has thoughts, feelings, and opinions.
I've spent all these years defending you, protecting you, pretending for you, and now you want to tell me that we should take some time apart. Where? What are you talking about? Give me back those years.
Hopefully it comes up. Well, hopefully just because we look for some drama. I hope it comes up because she was very rightfully so in a confessional. Like, weird Kyle didn't apologize to me for storming out of my house. If she found out she had a little trio coming to, like, she apologized to some people, but not like everyone.
Yeah.
I would kind of be like, well, what is the sincerity level of this apology?
And it seems like Bose is just questioning Kyle's sincerity level on the whole, because she in her confessionals is calling her a straight up liar. She's just calling her a liar. What did you think of her bold assertion that Kyle Richards is a liar? I don't necessarily know that. In my opinion, I don't know if Kyle lied. She just omitted information.
And I think, well, also it's a hard thing where it's like Bose and Kyle are just like, in these instances, not Kyle's best looks. Or very confusing, especially when you're getting the majority of the story from Dorit, so it's not like Bose is in no position to be like, oh, I guess let me like really sit and think about how Kyle is, because Kyle's not really opening up to her about anything
Right.
either.
I think that, well, I guess Bose's angle being that the text messages were worse than Kyle had previously
Uh-huh.
explained.
And also-
like that, I guess that is a lie.
I'm like, you're coming to my like post-surgery bed, not like to check on me, but to show receipts of my new pal. I don't know that. I'm like, if you're gonna come to me post-surgery, be Garcelle, bring me food and gossip. So that's why I don't get why Kyle's mad at Garcelle for doing that, because that's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah. I don't want to say I feel bad for Kyle, but I kind of feel bad for her in the sense that
No,
I feel
it's
like
hard.
she never expected to be in this situation. I feel like she really went through a lot last year, and then to be in a position where it's looking like
What's that Smash Mouth song? The hits start coming and they don't start coming. That's Kyle. All she wants to do is eat her like parfait and crash the lunch with her daughters.
yeah, and send marriage memes to PK, which I'm sure she never thought would have been the sole issue being litigated for episodes on end this
I know.
season. I mean, that is kind of like the Beverly Hills way.
It is, because Lisa Rinna, in liking the tweet, it says everything Denise or whoever that was to. Yeah. I know, so I'm very curious. And that mid-season trailer.
You're such a bitch. Don't call me a bitch in my home, for sake.
If somebody walks in my house and calls me a bitch, those are fighting words.
You need to pick on somebody else whose wallet fits.
Think you're bigger than her?
I think my wallet is.
I know. It looks
Well,
pretty good. Well, it looks like there's going to be some Sutton moments coming up.
You know, our girl Sutton has always had an interesting spot with our other girl Dorit.
Yeah.
Because first we saw the Jagger moment today where she was like, I think she just wanted to get the show on the road to get to her friend. Because Garcelle was just sitting in that swing with her lychee martini, waiting for people to arrive. But telling Dorit to fight with someone whose wallet is her size because Sutton's too big. Love that. That is what we come to Beverly Hills for.
That, yes.
That and Jennifer Tilly's like $35,000 purses.
Yeah, I know. I think that was a little bit of a low blow given Dorit's situation, and what we're seeing now is that apparently PK is trying to divorce her before 10 years so that she doesn't get as much as she could in the divorce. And so for Sutton to say that as someone who gets $300,000 a month, I mean, and maybe that's why she said it, because she knew it would cut Dorit really deep.
the bone.
And I guess if you don't like someone, good for you.
What else? Yeah.
But I feel bad for Dorito.
This is all the allegedries, and I might be wrong.
Okay.
I thought recently Dorit was the bigger wallet than PK.
Look, who knows? No matter what, their wallets aren't as big as Sutton. And if PK really is trying to divorce her before that 10-year rule, which apparently
I didn't know. Yeah,
I guess would diminish her earnings and potential divorce money moments. Either way, it's whether PK has the funds
he's still trying
to fulfill her
something.
financial fantasies or not. It's like the principle.
Oh no! Oh, I know the principle. Oh no, I'm saying like Dorit could have retorted with like a, because Sutton has her money from her man. Dorit's making her own.
Yeah.
Kind of like how we're celebrating Garcelle having her beach house on her own. So
Right.
maybe we'll be at Dorit's beach house in 3 years
I think
or 4 years. I forgot.
Whether or not she gets the 10-year thing happens or not, like whatever happens in the settlement and the divorce, if they ever even get divorced. Well, she's looking in the mirror talking about if the man wants a divorce, he's gonna get a divorce.
If the man wants a divorce, we're getting a divorce. There's a law in California.
Community property, you would get half. He's trying to divorce you before 10 years.
Oh, hell no.
If that ever does happen, and no matter what happens with the settlement, I think Dorit will be fine.
Oh,
Like she's gonna figure it out. She's gonna find a way. Like where there is a will, there is a way.
and there's a swimsuit line.
Or I think a ready-to-wear line. I do, because can't you imagine? I feel like
I don't know if
I feel
that's
like if
her
any,
journey.
I think that's her. She's the fashion plate of Beverly
Nope.
Hills.
But I know. I think that I don't know. I don't know if she would want to ready to, because she's such a couture girly.
But if she could give
Have a
a
check.
ready-to-wear line, that couture feeling for the masses.
There's so many ready to wear lines that give couture feeling.
Name them. Name them.
You know what? You're the one pitching it.
I don't think there's a ready-to-wear line that would
that's
give
hard to
the
compute.
couture Dorit energy. I think it would be a singular.
That's like a
business
private
endeavor.
jet who makes trees grow. If there was, Tree Payne would have made that. Sorry, Taylor, but you know what I'm saying. It's a hard bargain. You're giving Dorit a hefty order post divorce.
I think it would be very easy. She already knows how to run a business.
Mm-hmm.
She already knows how to organize a fashion show. Some of her co-stars can't.
Well, Evan won't be at any Kesha parties anytime soon.
I love Kesha.
I do too.
I feel like Dorit and Kesha could collab on a ready-to-wear line.
Now you're losing Dorit.
Dorit's like, I'm good on
no,
that.
I'm not getting it. But I'm very excited to see where Sutton and Dorit's chips fall this back at and also the Sutton's mom. I'm like, we don't just get because I'm like her energy.
She would just love to hear you say that you love her too.
I don't think that's any of your business.
Don't love that, ma'am.
Oh my God, I was scared. That was a terrifying moment. For a second, I was like, wait, because it's a Southern lady. I was like, is that Erica's mom with it?
Because Erica's mom's fun as hell.
She's fun as hell, but also a little scary sometimes.
A little scary.
Yeah, and it's. Do you know what? That's the thing too about Sutton and Erica. They're both Southern belles with mothers who I guess apparently they've had ups and downs with. I did love Garcelle stepping in and being like, hey, she just wants to like hear that you love her, and then she comes in with the stay out of my business, bitch.
And then I'd be like, then get out of this house.
Right.
I'm like disgusting.
Yeah, wait, on the mom's part?
The mom's part. Oh, if a mom where's Sutton from?
Georgia.
If I get a phone call from Georgia, please call. Oh, yeah, because I don't because that's
Jersey
so
and Georgia,
rude.
I guess, don't mix.
No, don't mix. Or who the hell you're coming into my house with a 300K?
Yeah.
I hope so. Like, I know Sutton can't tell her from mom. Well, I mean, Sutton, next time, or Garcelle, call me. We'll let this mom know what's up. I'm sorry. And also, because Sutton's in her 50s, don't let your mom talk to you like that, then.
I feel.
And that's just my Jersey way. I don't know.
His Jersey way is also shutting down Dorit's ready-to-wear line.
With love.
With love?
Because I think
when it comes out, will you maybe select a few pieces to purchase? Because I know I'll be dressed in my Dorit ready to wear.
If Dorit's ready to make the sizes all inclusive, I'll be buying Doro. Yeah.
You would be fine.
Okay.
We're on Ozempic.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even know if that gets the couture, but we'll see.